Bienvenidos and welcome to another episode of Spain on a Fork. Today we've got another great show as we're going to grab some salmon, basic pantry staples, and create a super delicious recipe. We're talking salmon in a creamy paprika sauce. This is known as Salmon a la Crema de Pimentón. This dish is basically pieces of salmon that you fry in extra virgin olive oil until they're lightly golden fried. And then you finish them off in a creamy paprika sauce that truly takes this dish to the next level of goodness. Folks, we're talking very easy to make, a ton of flavors, and the best part, it's all done in under 30 minutes using just one pan. Alright, let's just dive right into this. I'm going to heat a large fry pan with a medium heat and add in 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 45 milliliters. Important to use the good stuff here is what truly flavors the entire dish. Link where you can get the Spanish one I'm using in the description box below. While the oil is heating, I'm going to add in 2 salmon fillets over some paper towels and pat them completely dry. The size of the fillets I'm using are 8 ounces, which is 225 grams each. And I am using fresh salmon here, but you can also use the frozen stuff. Just make sure it's fully thawed out beforehand. Then we'll season the salmon fillets with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper, and you just have to do this on one side. And then cut each fillet into 2 evenly sized pieces for a total of 4 pieces of salmon. Then we'll add the pieces of salmon into the hot fry pan, and you want to make sure they're on a single layer and evenly spaced out. And we're going to go for 2 minutes per side here on the pieces of salmon, that way they can get a light crusty sear. At this stage, you don't have to fully cook the salmon. After 4 minutes, and the pieces of salmon have a light crusty sear, we'll remove them from the pan and set them aside. Once again, at this stage, you don't have to fully cook them through. Now, using the same pan with the same heat, let's make the creamy paprika sauce. I'm going to add in 1 small onion that I finely chopped, and 3 cloves of garlic that I roughly chopped. And we'll mix the ingredients around continuously, that way they don't brown too quickly and it all evenly sautés. After 2 to 3 minutes and the onion slightly translucent, we'll add in 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour, which is 8 grams. And we're going to continue to mix this and go between 1 to 2 minutes here. This is enough time to cook off the raw flavor in the flour, that way it doesn't overpower the sauce. After cooking the flour for 2 minutes, I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of sweet smoked Spanish paprika, which is 5 grams. And 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, which is 1 gram. And we'll give it a quick mix until it's well mixed together. And like I've told you in the past, when you're working with paprika in a hot pan, you want to mix it in there quickly, otherwise it can easily get a bitter flavor. Then we'll add in 3/4 of a cup of milk, which is 180 milliliters. I'm using low fat, but you can also use full fat, non-fat, or even a plant-based milk. And 3/4 of a cup of vegetable broth, which once again is 180 milliliters. You can also use chicken broth here, or even fish broth if you like. And we're going to continue to gently mix this together between 3 to 4 minutes, or until we end up with a slightly creamy sauce. After about 4 minutes, and we've ended up with a slightly creamy sauce, I'm going to squeeze in 2 teaspoons of fresh lemon juice, which is 10 milliliters. And season everything with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a mix until it's well mixed together. For the final ingredient to add into our sauce, I'm going to add in a handful of some chopped fresh spinach and gently mix it around with the sauce until it's slightly wilted. I'm using fresh bagged spinach here, but you can also use the frozen stuff. Just make sure to fully thaw it out and pat it completely dry beforehand. Once the spinach is lightly wilted, we'll add in the pieces of salmon back into the pan. And once again, make sure they're in a single layer and evenly spaced out. And we'll give each piece a gentle flip, that way they're fully coated in the sauce. And then we'll lower the fire to a low-medium heat and simmer this between 2 to 3 minutes or until that salmon is just cooked through. After about 3 minutes, and that salmon is just cooked through, this dish is ready to go. I'm going to remove the pan from the heat and we'll serve it directly out of the pan. Check it out, salmon in a creamy paprika sauce. Very easy to make, beautiful presentation, and all done in under 30 minutes using just one pan. Let's give this a try and see how it turned out. Once again, folks, salmon a la crema de pimentón. This I'm so excited to try. Here we go. That's good. That's really good. That right there is what honest home cooking is all about. We got such simple ingredients. We got so much flavor out of this. The salmon's beautifully cooked that it melts in your mouth, and that creamy paprika sauce takes us to the next level. Give this a try at home. Next to some roasted potatoes, a crunchy baguette to mop up that sauce, and of course a bottle of Spanish red wine, more specifically from the region of La Rioja, and have yourself a fabulous meal. Real quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Tom Pagano, Tandy Irvin, Maria, and Karen Reynolds. Again, guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. Enjoy today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.